Hi everyone, this is Salvi with your VTuber news today. Before we get into the news, please hit the subscribe, like, and maybe even hit the bell notification icon, and let's get into the first story that we have today. Some very sad news in the VTuber sphere. Shondo, Fallenshadow, the ball of energy that is her and her content, she has had a very deep and serious loss. If this is to be believed, which I am going to show you the actual tweet and things like that, she has lost her mother. This is, of course, as I said, a very serious loss, a very severe loss for anybody. It is painful to a degree that I cannot imagine. I'm just going to be honest with you. I can't imagine the type of pain she's going through. And of course, she does actually, no one, if anyone actually does blame her for this, they are really an asshole. Like, in the sense of, like, oh, you're not streaming? That's really just, like, you're not thinking about the person involved in this whole thing and their emotions, because this is a very serious situation. So let's see what's going on here, what people are saying. I hope she'll be okay. One of those times when you don't know how to comment. It is very true. It's very hard to know how to comment. And of course, they stuck this behind that because NSFW, not because it's actually otherwise NSFW, but because for a lot of people, a loss like this is a very painful one, and it is something that is hard to fathom for most people. It is very heartbreaking to see this. Hope Shondo takes however long time she needs to heal. Like, this is not something that's going to go away in a week or so. And just seeing my parents, when they lost their loved ones, when they lost their mothers or fathers, it doesn't go away. It's something that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Every anniversary of that passing, it is going to be another day you're going to have to take off. And that is perfectly fine. That is a very human thing to do. And of course, let's go to the tweet that she has. No streams, Shadow Mama is gone. And of course, as I said, when I first found out about this, I found out about this about 40 minutes ago, at least 40 minutes before I actually went and talked about this. It says, please take all the time you need. My deepest condolences for your loss. So sorry, Rebby, Parrot, VTuber community offers a collective shoulder. Annie, Fifi, Camila, Dragon Spit, which is another big VTuber, Captain Rena, Menos, everybody, Smugalana, people way bigger than me, are Azehara, and others are, of course, giving their condolences, as is customary. And, there's, like I said, there's very few people who are going to be mean during this time, but there's always going to be somebody out there. And of course, I don't know Shadow. I don't know Shondo personally, but I've been watching them for a very long time. So this is, of course, a surprise. And of course, like I said, she's very, very close to her family. So this is going to be something that's going to hit her very hard. And my deepest condolences again. And of course, Shadow's not going to be watching this, but if they ever do see this, take all the time you need. And again, just take your time and recover on your own terms, not on your community's terms, not on anyone else's terms. As we have always talked about Nijisanji EN, revenue, and other parts of it, whether it be good stories, bad stories, etc., we have today one thing that I guess you can be considering a very bad story for them. For people who don't like them, it might be a time to rejoice. It depends on what side you're on. But here we go. We're talking about Nijisanji EN revenue in the millions of Japanese yen. Of course, you have, depending on what it is, on the US dollar, I think it's 145 yen per dollar, etc. Fiscal year 2022, they didn't have that much, it looks like. Wow, they actually didn't have that much. It rose really high around 2023. As you can see, about 1.7 billion yen, 1.4 billion yen in just commerce, and just commerce had a lot. Live streaming, they had 407, and in promotion, they had 129. Events, for some reason, in fiscal year 2024, it was their first time that they really had very successful events, it looks like, because they've been running events for years. And they're doing live streaming since 2018. But the revenue really, really increased for all, it seems like, in 2023 quarter one, and it has dropped back to about 2022 levels, at least the quarter four of 2022. It's dropped to 2022 levels. So they've gone to about almost 3 years back in the amount that they are making now, which is 374 for commerce, 65 for promotions, none for events, and 169 for live streaming, or at least small enough for events that it really isn't even marked here, and live streaming 169. And like I said, this is a drop of a lot of money, but this is because of what happened over a year ago. As you can see in fiscal year 2024, which is around quarter three, which is what we're talking about right now, they had a good amount of money, still 700, but then it looks like the commerce dropped drastically and the streaming revenue dropped by about 30 million yen, as you can see here, by about 30 million yen, although they had made up for it in events. And then since then, it hasn't really recovered. It's unfortunate for the VTubers involved, of course, the humans involved behind it, the employees, other than, you know, the upper management. The upper management is the one they've always had an issue with. Even without Selen incident, Nijisanji had their strategy has always been about short-term profits over long-term revenue. With them being top-heavy, it's destined to happen sooner or later. Can't rely on your golden boys to save your ass every time. Thing is, they should have pivoted long-term after actually being lucky acquiring VTubers that are capable of being headliners. Pomo and Selen could have springboarded them into heights that could have easily rivaled Holo EN. Even more so when there's no enmity between them, considering Selen's friendship with Mume and Pomo's friendship with Kiara. Issue is, like this person is saying, they actually made a long post. I want to read a little bit of it. The thing is here, as this person is saying, they're seeing their livers, VTubers, whatever you want to call it, as tools in a toolbox instead of human beings that can actually bring success and bring more income to them and their content. So that is the problem that Nijisanji has had for a little while, not even a little while, for a long time. Instead of seeing them for what they are, which are very, very important parts of your organization, they saw them as just basically cogs in a wheel, as tools to be used and used up until they are no longer useful. Another product, yeah, their people were just another product. They valued leeches like Vox, and they fell off a cliff, and since they put everything on Vox and Luxium, it looks like it really hit them when that fell off a cliff. Basically, Hololive Injustice is great for the situation because they may belong to the newest gen, but their hijinks pretty much elevate the livers to, you know, new heights. And the fact that Hololive does try to, in my opinion, promote them based on what their interests are and based on, you know, their charm points and things like that. It is things that Any Color would never do, things that Any Color has not done, and that is the reason why they keep going down. They got also Hyakuman Tembara Salome, which was one of the golden geese that they could have properly, you know, dealt with and properly used, but they just let her be whatever without any kind of support, which is horrible. And this is the main thing that I want to put out there, because they are just absolutely, they've made a mess of everything. Someone made a Maid montage meme, Chocominto Gaming. The credit goes to Bug AWUP on Twitter, Bugawhoop, and here you go. Basically, she's just dancing to most likely a copyrighted song. Yep, it is a copyrighted song in Japan, most likely. I have to be very careful with those because if I don't, then, you know, I end up getting hit with something. But as you can see here, a montage of just someone, I guess, a song of hers or using Chocominto in things. It's not a montage of her actually putting things out there, but it's basically like a meme style thing of them playing, I guess, a Counter-Strike type game. And that's just pretty much the whole thing of this one. Project Versus is ceasing operations. Kimbishi Saya will keep her IP and continue as an indie. The two people who passed auditions for Gen 2 will receive their models as well. Now, there is some issues with Project Versus that I want to get to before we get to that part. This is taken from a Fiona von Engels and Rio the Lamb leaving Project Versus on January 4th, earlier this year. And we have a bit of TLDR here for you guys. I made some notes as I was going on. Concerns not being heard. Some of the issues that have been happening with people leaving. The concerns aren't being heard in Project Versus. Doing work that was outside of expectations as a talent. Doing extra work, not even like overtime stuff, but work that you wouldn't expect as a VTuber talent. Issues from the get-go to rush them to their debut ASAP, so they rushed them in their debut. Originally scheduled for February, they didn't have assets ready. Requested to delay debuts. This is not for the recent graduations. This is for Fiona and Ryu specifically, but these are issues that probably plague a lot of people. Requested to delay debuts to May were denied, so if you want to delay it for various reasons, they usually get denied. Constant changes to the timeline, and like basically of the debut. It's harder to calm stuff because you usually need to commission, you usually need a date that it's expected by, and if it's a quick date, you usually pay more to get yourself pushed in the front of the line. Now, if you don't have a set date and you know that kind of things can make it very hard. Encourage to debut without stuff like starting soon, ending soon screens. So debut with what you got. Paid for the base assets out of pocket. So they're actually paying. If it's true for everybody, that's a good reason to leave. If you pay for your base assets yourself and you're in an agency, that's a red flag in my opinion. There were issues of favoritism, people were saying, mentioned in previous streams, supposed to have a fourth member who had existing IP. If she mentioned her name, you'd probably recognize it, still friends with her, even after she backed out, so people backed out as well. Basically, they had to make their own logos, they had to teach themselves how to do things, they have to do their own mixes, they have to create their own projects, you know, all that kind of stuff. All the stuff that you would expect there, like a manager to do it or someone else in the agency to do it. They had to do a lot of that things. They do get a salary from what it looks like. Factored into the salary into her mortgage loan, salary was reduced by over half in August. So that even though they get their salary, which is very rare among VTuber agencies, as far as I know, they still get screwed. So there are things like that happening. Tons more stuff that we can mention. But today, we are mentioning that Project Versus is ceasing operations. And the interesting thing is that they removed it. They removed all mention of this from all of their stuff. And this goes, like, the only mention of anything, announcements, is Fiona Fun Angles. This is all their stuff that's available on their Twitter. But I was still able to get it for you. Here you go. Thank you for those who have supported us throughout this journey. We regret to announce that Project Versus will cease operations on March 11th. According to them, that's when they're doing it. We have decided the continuation of our agency is not feasible with the current resources. Kenbishi Saya will continue live streaming on our current IP as an independent VTuber, retaining full ownership. We encourage you to continue supporting. Gen 2 will the resources that they have will be passed on to them, from what it looks like. They will not disclose their identities, and they will continue to support their endeavors. Merchandise will be processed as scheduled with no changes. Of course, they aren't going to be offering any new merchandise, but the merchandise that has been sold will continue to be processed and shipped and all that kind of stuff. It's a big mess. It's really crazy. And it was an S show, of course. They're giving their Gen 2 models, so that's really nice. At the very least, they're doing something good in getting rid of this. But the weird thing is, they don't have it mentioned anywhere here. So are they actually leaving? Are they not leaving? Are they going to continue doing their stuff? Are they not going to continue doing their stuff? I don't know. But I'm just going to see this as truth, because if they put it out at some point, that means they actually wanted this to happen. And no take backsies, in my opinion. Just a little bit of funny. You can't take it back. No take backsies. Idol Corp is doing something wonderful. Mia Melania will be hosting a League of Legends tournament with prize up to $10,000 US going to 5 different charities. Stay tuned for more exciting news, including the team supporting charities and more. So I think each team is going to be going for a specific charity. I think either way they get something, but it is nice to see it at least be done for something positive. Juna Unagi, oh god, oh god, oh god, playing in this tournament. And of course, you know, mentioning everything. You have Lanfilia. Thank you so much, Mia, for hosting this tournament. Excited to say that I'll be participating as ADC of Team B. Come on, press attack, baby. And here we go. I'll be Menace in the mid lane this Saturday. Thank you again, Mia, and for Idol for hosting. Dear Lord, I haven't played Rift since seasons were numbers and not years. Please send help. Elias Solaria, Goose VTuber, says it's me, your watch and support main, doing your bestest for Team B. You have Mayfaye. Thank you, Mia, for hosting League of Legends tournament. I'm happy to ADC bot lane at Team D. Time to grind and train. A good piece of news, at least here. They're at least getting something. This is Roma Baronwort, of course, from Denoth in Nijisanji EN. He hasn't been getting as much support. Denoth hasn't been getting as much support as they deserve. And I'm glad that they're being a part of something like this. Something wonderful. A charity tournament. Chat, how does one play top lane? Here's the League of Legends thing I've been hinting at participating in recently. Excited to play some cool people and support a great cause. I'm also very sorry in advance for the terrible performance I'm about to inflict upon everyone's eyes because I don't know what I'm doing. Gomen. And you also have Chikafuji Lisa with Idol Encore. I'm excited to be a part of this molding for good cause. You have Mia Melania as well. Nyalo, I'll be playing this tournament for charity with a bunch of other lovely peeps. Please come and watch us noob around for the Rift. Super duper excited to rage for a good cause. You know what time it is? I'm participating in Mia's 10k charity tournament. See y'all in the top lane. You have Yuna as well, playing League with so many people. I'm excited but also nervous. I will work hard. I'm no longer miss my cannons, I hope. And of course you have Jasmine. So excited to play Mia's LOL charity tournament. Never thought I'd see the day when I play League. Gonna try to be the best support for my team. Wish me luck. Please advise for a new player. And finally, Corvus Kuro. I'm proud to announce that I'm participating in this tournament. Cheer me on. And those are the people that have been announced so far for this. And of course, Good luck to them. Good luck to Idol. Very glad that this is a charity tournament. Very glad that no matter what, people who are in need for whatever charity, whichever charity is, a good cause will be getting some support. Shion has had to come out again and reiterate the reasons why she's graduating and clear up a lot of issues that have happened in the JP sphere in response to her video on graduation. Here are some of the things she's had to say. Shion read the graduation announcement comments, and she was surprised, impressed, and I think it's not the right word. Surprised, I think is the right word. Kind of synonyms a little bit. Shion emphasized she did not graduate because she stopped liking her fans, because some fans were like, she hates us, she doesn't like us, oh my god, that kind of thing. She no longer wants to stream for us. People take their delusions a little too far in this case. Here we go. Shion says a lot of people speculated she quit because Hololive's mistake on the release of her original song. The original song was supposed to be released before her birthday, but they released it on the night of her birthday, so it was, a bit of a mess up there. But she says she wouldn't quit over something like that. Another point, graduating was her decision. She thought of many things over the years. It wasn't a sudden thing or, like, oh my god, they did this to me, so I'm angry, so I'm quitting. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't any single trigger, as she says. It was a lot of things and her personal stuff. Shion feels she has given her fans a rough time with her breaks because she has taken a lot of breaks for her health, mental and physical, even though her fans have given her so much happiness. Shion says she has come to feel that her own happiness is happiness for her fans too. She thinks there might be some who want her to be Shion forever, but she recognizes there are many who care more about her happiness. And I'm one of the people who cares more about her happiness than what we want. I want her to be happy. I want every VTuber who is a part of an agency to be happy. She said, I troubled over whether I could keep living during graduation stream, but that option now is gone. But rather than the option being gone, it's like to be very serious about it. And W's, whenever you see W's here, it's laughing, it's giggling, it's that kind of thing. Wait, saying it like this will worry you guys. She laughs again. That's no good after all. No good. Another laugh. Okay to say this really lightly. I think I've said a number of times that I don't want to live to old age. And that's something I don't want to live to old age, because old age can bring, pain and things like that. This is my saying it. Pain, suffering, that type of stuff. She doesn't want to live to that time. But it's a but, okay? But, well, there are a lot of suffering and it's painful, right? And how people would want to be healthy because being sick is painful. I think I never had that thought process. I pushed through it all by myself, and that thought process just never occurred to me. I was the type who just felt, if I've broken down, then I guess it's time. But that option is gone now. And it's because you all kept telling me you want me to live healthily and that you want me to be happy whenever I talk about this kind of thing. So the community, she's saying, the community has helped her a lot. You all keep telling me you want me to be happy and laugh a lot, don't you? It's because I kept hearing these things that I am now able to think like this. So while I'm visiting the hospital regularly now, that itself is incredible. And again, a little bit of laugh from her. I'm not the type who could normally keep visiting the hospital. I'm not good at sustaining the effort for the same things. So for me to continue as Shion for 6.5 years into the 7th year is so incredible. It surprises me too. It's because you were here for me. It's because because of you all, that is the way that I changed. Basically, she's saying to them, I don't hate you. I'm this way. I was able to last as long as I was because you guys were here for me. And the same thing for a lot of VTubers, myself included. Shion says it's natural for a company's direction to change over 6.5 years. She absolutely thinks that being a part of a company means following their rules. So if she wants herself to be different, the only realistic way is for herself to change from being Shion. She doesn't want to change from being Shion, so she does, she has decided that it is best for her to leave. That's the conclusion she reached after a lot of thought. That's why she's graduating. Shion says she's graduating rather than remaining as an affiliate because she said she wanted to graduate, that's all. Basically, she is an all or nothing type of girl from what I've heard. If she wants to no longer be a part of the company for one reason or the other, she's all the way. It's either graduate or nothing for her. Shion says she was very happy to see people on Twitter say that she started certain things because of her. Some started watching VTubers drawing, becoming a VTuber themselves. She also says that being someone's reason to live makes her happy, and it makes her happy to know that she's a part of someone's happy memories. She says if remembering Shion makes you sad, she'd rather you just fully forget about her. But if remembering Shion brings you happy memories, then she'd like you to remember her. She says just as her fans want her to be happy, she wants her fans to be happy. That's why she doesn't want to give anyone any more unhappy feelings. Shion says if you like something about her, her humanity, her voice, etc., then you might meet her again in some form, sometime. So she is leaving it open that she might become an indie at some point, kind of like how, we have Sakuna now, we have Rika now, we have Nimi Nightmare now, we have Doobie now, we have those people. we have case on now. People will, if they love their fan, if they love doing what they're doing, every single VTuber loves their fans to a certain extent. If they love what they're doing and they want to continue what they're doing, you will see them in a different form. So Shion might return in a different form, and when she does, I will be right here to let you know. Welcome back, everybody, to the Vtuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, types, everything in between. Why do I do this? I do this because I want it to be a safe space for everybody, a nice place for people to build each other up, not tear each other down. Today we're talking about auregalia, Aurori. I hope I said it correct. And they are an Aurori, a wind-up doll VTuber, which is an interesting way to be, like an interesting different style. Here we go. Their bot section, wind-up doll VTuber channel is still under construction. I'm a Twitch new, but more things, bots, features will be added gradually. It never ends. I've been around for a while. It never ends, I'll tell you that much. So let's take a look at something that they have done recently.
Oh, wow.
What?
Every time I sing this song, my cat be meowing. I don't know why.
Cute! That was cute. The cat responded to her singing by saying meow. And as you can hear, she has a pretty darn good voice. So here we go, Auregalia. She has a much larger VTuber channel on the YouTube side compared to the Twitch side. Here you go. It says it's an emotional Malay song that they're singing here. And of course, other videos that they have available are right here. Their debut, teaser, and they've been doing, it looks like majority has been dual streaming their stuff here. So they have a VOD on the YouTube side. YouTube seems to be larger than their Twitch, but as you know, I still want to show people of various sizes out here for you. Thank you so much, Aurori VTuber, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do appreciate you. I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.